All right, let's take a quick look at the AIPER Scuba S1 Pro. I've got some of its competitors over here and here. This is the BeatBot AquaSense. This is the YBot C1. The YBot is pretty substantially cheaper than the AIPER. BeatBot's a little bit more expensive than the AIPER. You can see right out of the gate that this one is huge. Right? The AIPER is so big and also very heavy. He easily outweighs this one by probably 12 pounds. I think he outweighs the BeatBot by 10 pounds. This is 28 pounds dry. And when you're pulling it out of the water by the handle, you can see that the drains are up here, so it doesn't drain. So it actually feels like you're lifting upwards of 40 pounds out of the water. So depending on, your build, that might be too much for you. I'm a fairly big guy, and this is a lot, right? Like, it's not comfortable to pull this out of the pool, wait for it to drain water, move it over and charge it. It's not great. That's my least favorite thing. It cleans wonderfully. Ergonomically, it's a pain in the butt to use, just because of its weight and size. You open it up here, has a nice filter basket. The filter basket is fairly easy to empty. It does capture good stuff. It is good size. Never have to empty it before it's done. It does have a second stage filter, which honestly I've never had to do much with. It's a good looking robot. It does have an app that allows you to access some of the features. On the control panel here, you can access 4 of the modes, but some of the modes you must use the app for. One of which is the wall only mode. So you can do auto, which does walls and floors, waterline, and then this is kind of a scheduled setting. I wish this was in the app, and you can just select wall only mode here, but it is what it is. Now, the primary feature of this one, its claim to fame, is its waterline mode, where it can sort of go sideways along your waterline. Personally, don't find that feature to be that useful. I'm primarily interested in a good floor cleaner, and this one is a good floor cleaner, but as are these, and those are much more pleasant to use. It does come with a hook. The hook is nice because it is not black, and it makes it much easier to see. So that is my favorite hook. Good job, AIPER. Charging on this is also not pleasant. It's a little bit similar to the YBot, but this has this little rubber plug, has a very large brick, charges very fast, but I have had issues already with sort of white buildup on one of the pins, I think from water getting in there. So you do have to be kind of deliberate about drying this out and keeping this cover on. Whereas the BeatBot, for example, just has these little charging pins here, and you just drop it into a dock and you don't have to worry about it. So charging's not pleasant, lifting it's not pleasant, but it is a fantastic cleaner. It does not do my walls very well, and I think that's partially because it's so heavy. It does struggle to go up some of the walls. I have some curved walls, outward curved walls, and it does not seem to, especially that wall there, it struggles to go up that wall sometimes. So, all right, let me pause here and I'll put it to work and you can see it doing the waterline mode. All right, we're back, and the AIPER is scrubbing the walls. Now you can see it just came to an edge. Sometimes it's able to make that transition, other times it's not, and then it will have to eventually go back down and come back up. So let me go ahead and pause it again here, wait for it to make the transition where it will come down and then go back up that wall over there. Okay, so it did go down, now it came back up. So this is its first attempt. So now it's a very flat wall, so it should have no trouble moving sideways along here. You can hear it. It's basically forcing all the water out of that one jet in the left side to propel itself horizontally against the water line there. So if you have a problem with your water line getting dirty, And sometimes, some parts of the year I do when we get a lot of pollen and other things. This mode might be useful for you, right? That's what this unit's claim to fame is. It does work well, but it will do this for almost 3 hours, like 160 minutes of just circling your pool when it's in this mode. And, you know, that might be enough to clean it 3, 4, 5 plus times, depending on the size of your pool. So it seems like a little bit overkill. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I've seen it go around 3 times. I'm like, okay, I'd like to stop it now. And you just kind of reach down and pull it out of the water. You can see it detected an edge there, and now it's going to go back down. These walls over here, sometimes it struggles with. Let's pause and see what happens. Okay, so it was able to get up to that wall fine. Sometimes I've seen it where it struggled and they couldn't make it, but had no problems that time. You can see that it's tracking along the wall pretty well. It's going to go under the waterfall here. So, you know, this mode does work well for the most part. Definitely will eventually get all of it. I've got a pretty complex pool shape. A lot of robots don't handle my walls well. This one even struggles sometimes just to do the walls. I've seen it get stuck going up the wall here. I've also seen it sort of get stuck in this step here, not realizing that it's just a step. Seems to get confused between that being the floor or not. But overall, it's a very good cleaner. The only thing I'd fault it for is its size and its weight. It's just extremely heavy. So if you don't need the waterline cleaning mode, I would probably recommend you save some money and go down. Get the regular S1 and one of their smaller, lighter units. And I'm sure it cleans just as well on the floors. All right, thanks for watching.
So, currently, the cleaner is running back and forth on this one strip of space. And yeah, I know it's got sonar and it's supposed to map the pool out and cover every square foot or every square inch of the pool, but it has made about 9 passes now on this one spot. Sonar is great. If it has the logic behind it to know that it didn't make a full turn or it didn't turn around completely straight, because what's happening is it rides over to this corner, goes up, tries to make a turn, turns itself back around the same way it came, and then comes straight back. It doesn't make a 45-degree turn or a partial radius turn. It makes a 180 and comes right back. So what it does is it's going to back up now, and it'll make a turn to the left, which is supposed to be its little jog turn, but it's setting right at a slope of the pool. It'll try to make that jog, won't make the jog, and then it'll finish turning the 180 and come right back to the same path that it was. So it's been efficiently cleaning this one strip of the pool while not getting all of this leaf debris that's been sitting on the bottom of the pool to either side. So I have a feeling the battery is going to run dead in this one spot of it just repetitively going back and forth in this one section, because it doesn't apparently have any logic to say, I've been here. So not very efficient setup for as far as the sonar goes and how it maneuvers. It's not changing its behavior.